I'm sitting right here until this works. Now, I remember I used to have problems streaming on Sundays, and that seemed to go away, like, over a year ago. So I don't know why I'm having troubles again. I can't tell if it's just OBS or OBS is freaking out because I keep stopping and restarting. But see, my own previews like giving me bad feedback. So, yeah, I closed the game. Closed the stupid. I don't think it does. I've never had that particular problem. But I closed everything. If it happens one more time, I'm going to restart my PC. And frankly, if it happens again, then I don't know what to do. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, and I probably shouldn't say it because every time I bring it up, it seems to crash the stream, is I wish games, or more of these mods, would tell you what the reach of your melee weapons is. I'm finding some of these that I'm buying are much shorter than I anticipate. And I'm wondering, are you fucking... Val, you're fucking with me. I know you're lying. Because I can see the little... thingamajig on OBS. The sound is fine. Val's trying to troll me. Don't indulge her. Alright, well, I'll rebalance it. So I've been playing with my microphone settings because my microphone's been clipping because I think I moved things around and now it's actually like where it should be, which means it's too loud. Bruh, get a critical hit. Jesus Christ. Nah, you're trolling me, Val. I know you are. It is who you are. I'm wondering if maybe the modders adjusted the reach of melee weapons in order to make there a more distinct advantage to two-handed weapons. Which I was originally going for, and then I forgot and started training one-handed weapons. I'm a thick dummy. I always thought the boars were the weirdest looking enemy. They don't look like a natural boar. They're just like a lump on legs with a face. They look like a pug, basically. A pug with tusks. Yeah. Are you surprised? They haven't reskinned all the enemies. They just have some alternative skins. Because, I think they're using the ones that they took from Valea. Yeah, those were the baby boars. Alright, lurkers are actually pretty dangerous. I was going to explore down there, but I guess we'll save that. I don't think they've really rebalanced the conventional enemies so much, but they do have the alternative ones. Because there's other forms of scavengers, including the forest scavengers and the young scavengers that all look different, and I remember them looking identical and having the same versions in Valea. So that made me wonder if these were like the same guys. Or the same folk. Because that also had very overindulgent writing, but that seems to be a chronic problem with Gothic 2 mods. And it occurs to me I've only ever really played Polish mods. They seem to be the only ones who actually get them finished. I don't know why I'm doing this, because I need to go towards the city to find my brother. I cannot leave XP and tasty scavenger meat on the table. I don't think I've ever seen a scavenger backpedal like that. Unless they're taking a hit. Yeah, true. This is a forest scavenger, which uses the grassland scavenger base, but does change up the colors a bit. Now, this bugs me a little, because this is where I'd expect a little bit of, nice loot, but instead it was just plants. Well, as we know from Vana, the grassland scavengers were from, the cancelled Gothic 1 expansion. Oh, grassland scavengers, just meaning they're from a grassland region, not that they eat grass. Scavenger the name implies that they just eat whatever they find. You know, they'll eat corpses, which is why, as long as you haven't damaged the scavenger, you can lure it to a corpse and get it to stop and eat it instead of chasing you. Which I always thought was a neat mechanic, and I wish they kind of used that a bit more. Yeah, they never really explained the dragon snappers and why they suddenly appeared so much in the colony, despite never appearing before. I know, Val. Maybe it's just like an odd translation. Who are these folk? Gurk! Also, off-screen, I went to the other side of the village and encountered some more bandits who are just chilling out there. Aren't really doing much of anything. Yeah, but the snappers and dragon snappers in Risen 3 look like shit. For some reason, there's like only one way anyone thinks to make lizards nowadays, is to give them all extra pointy bits, make them very triangular looking, and give them hands. Because the Gothic remake snappers looked almost identical. Well, you gotta keep your eyes open, Baron. I don't remember that. Interesting. Are you going to accost me, sir?
Hej, ty!
Hey, tu.
Hej, co tutaj robisz?
Próbuję wytropić pewną rzadką zwierzynę, ale swoimi ciężkimi buciorami zapachem zacierasz jej wszystkie ślady. Dlatego będę wdzięczny, jeśli
What, my
zaraz
smell is so
opuścisz to
oppressive
miejsce.
it's annihilating footprints on the ground?
Skoro tropisz trudną, chwytną bestię, to odszukanie jednego rannego człowieka nie powinno sprawić ci kłopotu.
Pewnie nie, ale czy to zrobię? Wątpię. Na pewno nie teraz, gdy jestem bliski odszukania zwierzęcia. I tak mam już zadanie utrudnione ciągłym zacieraniem jego śladów przez takich jak ty.
Ktoś jeszcze tędy przychodził?
Patrząc po śladach, była to trójka ludzi. Gdyby nie oni i ty, byłbym o włos...
See, this guy just keeps repeating this bullshit. This is what I mean about overindulgent dialogue. He's made his point, but keeps remaking the point about that I'm getting in the way of him tracking this animal.
Pamiętasz, w którą stronę prowadziły ich ślady?
W stronę miasta. Z wyjątkiem myśliwych rzadko kto zbacza ze ścieżki. Szczególnie gdy bestia jest na wolności.
The bestia.
Jak dokładnie wyglądały te ślady?
Pamiętam, że jedne z nich były głęboko zatopione w błocie. Najpewniej należały więc do jakiegoś wielkiego faceta. Drugie ledwo co zagłębiały się w ziemi, a trzecie były nieregularne. Wyglądały, jakby osobę, która je zrobiła, ciągnięto po ziemi.
Dzięki za informację.
Easy enough. Well, you didn't tell me which way they went. Towards the city, I think? Towards the town. Well, problem is both these ways go towards the town. So this goes to the east gate, that goes to the west gate. So which way to town? This way? The way that looks closer? This is kind of a shitty place for a farm. I wish games made a better effort to make their farms look sensible. Because you need good flat land for farming. And you don't just kind of plop up a little field of wheat every, square inch you can find. You would clear all this out and make one big field if you could. Just makes it easier to manage. And you don't abandon it to the damn field raiders, like these cowards always do. Yeah, it didn't make much sense. I mean, depending on what you're growing, you need more or less sunlight, but typically wheat you just have grown in full sun. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, they wouldn't have these trees here, because any tree near the city would have been cut down for lumber to build the city. That's how it worked. Anyway, let's follow these tracks and not keep getting sidetracked, killing animals. Yeah, notice these carts, these covered wagons. There's no beast of burden that's pulling it. What are you playing with there? This guy's having an issue. You can hear he's stuck in some transitional animation. His feet are just going nuts. Oh, you're supposed to be quilling. Well, to be fair, Sekob actually would have made a better business woodcutting than farming, I think, just by his proximity to the forest. But, yeah, to be fair, I don't think those enemies were there when Sekob established his farm, and he also leased the land from Onar. Oh god, lag. Lathi.
Co ty tutaj robisz?
Jestem rybakiem, w dodatku z monopolem na ryby pływające w tym strumieniu. A tak w ogóle, to nazywam się Lati.
Jak leci?
Ryby biorą, ludzie z miasta chętnie je kupują. Wszystko jest tak, jak należy.
Yeah, it is funny that Onar didn't really seem to use the fields that were right outside his place, because two of the fields were abandoned, and the other two, well, one of them had a big, massive boulder in it, and the other two seemed to be run by Sekob's folk.
Jak leci?
Ryby biorą, ludzie z miasta chętnie je kupują. Wszystko jest tak, jak należy.
Jak leci?
Ryby.
No, you don't sell your fish? And I yoink your fish? They said towards the town. And this is as far as it got, so maybe it was the other direction. Were these here a minute ago? I'm gonna hazard a guess that getting into town right now is not simple. Honestly, field raiders are so easy to fight that the abundance of them never really bothered me. They're also a very, to me, an iconic Gothic enemy. Because they were like one of the first unique-looking enemies I encountered when I played Gothic 2 the first time. Nothing doing. I will say field raiders are a bit annoying because they never have any useful loot. There are a lot of meadow knotweeds in this game. I'm guessing they want you to make a lot more potions. Like, who's smashing these crates and leaving such valuables behind? I found a wheel. That's probably a quest item. Just a wagon wheel. Other than Alt-Tab problems, I don't think I've had any problems with this game crashing. It's kind of surprising. Typically my #1 problem with mods. But Alt-Tab problems have been historical to Gothic. I think the problem with this game is it tried to add an option in the game to change it to borderless windowed mode. But doing that in the config file seemed to work a lot better, which I should try for this. Okay, well, neither direction has yielded many clues. Now I'm second guessing. This actually seems to be going away from the town. The other gate is way further away. This remix of Vista Point, probably one of the weaker tracks in the game. Oh, there's a foot icon now. That's what Gothic needed, is more HUD elements. And there's no clues to find. Well, that's a good description of Witcher 2. And a much more appropriate subtitle. Bagok. This is so indescriptive. Towards town. Well, this is town. Did they drag him into town? That guy's not giving me anything. Oh, would you look at that? They have standing animations with the pikes. Hello.
A ty gdzie?
Właściwie to tylko się
Well, I
rozglądam.
get XP
Bez
for that.
przepustki. Po tamtej stronie bramy się nie rozejrzysz. Więc jeśli jej nie masz, to nie zawracaj mi głowy.
Okay. Alright, so this is their throwback to Gothic 2. What? Oh, Rolf. I forgot about Rolf. Oh, it just ended without a trace quest. Really? It's gonna make me go all the way back? Well, this guy is supposed to offer fast travel, but he's not chatting. Oh, now he is.
Sprawili cię z niczym, prawda?
Podobno potrzebuję jakiegoś glejtu.
Tak, ostatnio zaostrzone zostały przepisy. Jeśli nie jesteś obywatelem,
Typical.
to nie wejdziesz bez odpowiedniego pisma. Masz jednak szczęście. Tak się składa, że mogę ci
don't
pomóc
trust
dostać się
you.
do środka.
Is your name
Wiesz,
Canthar?
w Silbach, u tamtejszego starszego wioski mógłbyś dostać taki dokument. Chęcią cię tam zaprowadzę.
Nie ma jakiegoś innego sposobu, by dostać się do miasta?
Tego nie powiedziałem. Glade to najpewniejszy sposób dostania się do środka, ale gdybyś miał dokument potwierdzający,
Dokument.
że zostałeś wysłany w jakiejś sprawie do miasta, powinieneś zostać wpuszczony. Oczywiście zawsze zostaje też klasyczna łapówka, ale to raczej bardzo ryzykowne, gdy nie wiesz komu i ile zapłacić. Większość strażników przy bramach to straszni służbiści.
Myślisz, że drwale mogliby wystawić mi taki dokument?
Nie zaszkodzi spróbować. Jeśli potrzebujesz eskorty, to z przyjemnością zaprowadzę cię do
Oh, we know, Knut.
wędlarzy. Po drodze muszę się jednak zatrzymać jeszcze na moment w Silbach, ze względu na sprawę gildii.
In what way? Oh god, the smirk. I hate that they tried to add the facial animations. I think there's a reason Brownowites didn't use them. Obviously, there's going to be a way to sneak into town. I'm guessing it's approximately over there, where the cliff abuts the town wall. I don't feel like running back, so take me back.
Zaprowadź mnie do Silbach.
Ruszajmy.
I'm not opposed to this form of fast travel. Oh wow, now you're actually in town. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Has this cart always been here? Well, I did a proper defense of the city by putting the walls on the other side of the moat. I'll give him credit for that, because not many games actually represent proper city defenses. You know, where you would dig a moat to make the walls taller, and also make it harder to get siege engines up to the walls. You know, moats didn't actually need to be filled in with water, but they were obviously a lot better if you did. Well, while we're here, I kind of want to do this Rolf bit, because actually while I was looking... You want some business? I don't feel like talking to you. What? Who's whipping weapons? Kurt.
Jesteś nareszcie. I co, udało ci się coś ustalić?
Z tego, co mi powiedział Felix, wygląda na to, że Jorna uprowadziło 2 ludzi.
Dowiedziałeś się, jak wyglądali?
Jeden z nich był wysoki i tęgi, a drugi chudy jak szczapa. Wyprowadzili Jorna...
Everyone's the same height in this game.
Tak jak przypuszczałem. Nikt nie zrobiłby takiego bałaganu w pojedynkę. Dziwi mnie tylko, dlaczego Felix ich nie zatrzymał, gdy miał ku temu okazję.
Wziął ich za biesiadników odprowadzających pijanego towarzysza do domu.
Felix nigdy nie był bystrzakiem. Z drugiej strony, widząc 2 i to najpewniej uzbrojonych ludzi...
This is not like logic that we need to extrapolate. Doesn't help us.
Postanowiłem pójść drogą na północ w nadziei, że uda mi się ich dogonić, albo znaleźć
No, not everyone, Val.
jakieś ślady.
Fernando was fat.
W okolicy myśliwy,
In fact, a lot of the hunters wearing that outfit were fat. Or hunters, merchants.
prowadziły na północ. Wszystko wskazuje na to, że Jorn jest już za murami Archolos.
No to mamy problem. Miasto jest duże i Jorn może być praktycznie wszędzie. Będziemy potrzebowali pomocy i to nie byle kogo.
Mówiąc o pomocy,
Pardon.
jak poszła rozmowa ze starszym?
No, I think they had added model fatness.
Rozesłał wieści po okolicy i
They also had like
Ale
the meatloaf face.
ten stary dureń za nic ma naszą znajomość.
To co zrobimy teraz?
Na wyspie istnieją tylko 2 organizacje, które faktycznie mogą nam pomóc.
Well, only 2 factions.
Świńska i Gildia Kupiecka. Obie dysponują wystarczającymi środkami i koneksjami, które mogą być pomocne w odnalezieniu twojego brata.
I'm not gonna lie, this is
Może jednak
bad,
przeniesieniem się do miasta wcale nie był
motivation
taki
for
zły.
joining a
Poszedłbym z tobą, ale
joining a
muszę
faction. Although
załatwić
these may not be
jeszcze
factions I have to
kilka
join,
formalności.
just ones I have to
Mam
associate
jednak dla
with.
ciebie małą radę. Z doświadczenia wiem, że na początku warto się trochę pomęczyć, żeby później móc czerpać korzyści. Porozmawiaj z Albynem. Jeśli będziesz dla niego przykładnie pracował, to może sam załatwić ci glejt do miasta.
Yeah, I think this is just like
Jakoś sobie
working
poradzę.
with
Wiem,
groups
że sobie
rather than
poradzisz.
joining them.
Sprytny z ciebie chłopak. Tak jak swojego
I
brata.
think my brother seems like an idiot.
Trać wiarę, chłopcze. Jorn jeszcze się odnajdzie.
Bez naszej pomocy wątpię.
Na mnie już pora. Zostanę tu jeszcze parę dni, ale pewnie niedługo sam wyruszę do miasta. Może za resztę oszczędności załatwię nam jakieś...
I imagine real estate prices in the city
Uda mi się
are
dostać do miasta.
not
Ja cię odnajdę.
cheap.
Odwiedź Syreni Lament. To karczma w dzielnicy portowej. Prowadzi ją moja stara znajoma. Tam będziesz mógł się zatrzymać i tam się spotkamy.
Jest na wyspie ktoś, kto nie jest twoim dobrym znajomym?
Cóż, mamy szczęście, że mieszkam tu prawie całe życie. Pora wykorzystać te atuty. I jeszcze jedno, na wszelki wypadek staraj się nie rzucać w oczy. Jesteś tu nowy, a nowi łatwo wpadają w kłopoty.
Będę o tym pamiętał.
W takim razie do zobaczenia niebawem.
Trzymaj się.
Well, alright then. So, yeah, like I said, I don't think these are factions we're joining, but like the merchants, the city guard.
Are you mad?
Are you mad? What up, ZPAF? Or Zapaf? Thanks for resubbing. Yeah, like, this, trying to make it a personal story about me finding my brother, and then I'm sure it's gonna evolve into some major event. And we have to save the world, but it can't be too major because we would have heard about it on Corinus if it was truly monumental. Well, welcome, and thank you again. But anyway, so I was exploring around here. There's a bandit here who attacked me. There's some guy Who are you?
Odłóż broń!
Listen, you came charging at me. Don't tell me not to defend myself.
Hej, nie szukasz przypadkiem pracy?
What is your problem? Why are you chasing me out of town just to ask me if I'm looking for work?
Tak.
Znaczy się, tak, nie szukasz pracy, czy nie szukasz pracy?
Oh, don't start this.
Tak.
Potwierdziłeś, że zaprzeczasz?
You know what? Just get out of here. Honestly.
Dosyć tej błazenady.
Dobra, dobra, tylko spokojnie. Już sobie idę.
What was the point of that? Was that comedy? Was I supposed to laugh? Because that wasn't very funny. It was just stupid. Anyway, so as I was saying before I keep getting interrupted, I was looking around and I found another crate of fish, and then it said Rolf must be nearby, and then I heard this man shouting. And there he is. And there's wolves. I always found it interesting that the young wolves had a slightly different AI in Gothic 2, where they didn't charge. Well, how about you get down here? You gonna make me come up and talk to you?
What the hell are you
The
doing?
hell are you doing? Don't spend money on this trash. Especially don't give us up to him. He doesn't deserve it. Well, thank you again. Holy smokes. What on earth is that emote? I can't alt-tab out to see what it is.
Hej,
Niech ci Inos w dzieciach wynagrodzi. Myślałem, że już będzie po mnie.
nie masz się już czego obawiać.
Na pewno?
Na pewno. Jak długo tu siedzisz?
Całe wieki, ale na moje szczęście wieki
Stop
nie
stammering.
skaczą tak wysoko.
Co się stało?
Miałem wracać, gdy usłyszałem wycie wilków i tak skończyłem tutaj, na tej skale.
Możesz biec?
I jakoś dam radę. Tylko proszę, zabierz mnie już stąd do domu, zanim ta bestia znowu się pojawi.
Okay, we're just teleporting. It just moved us down. Because if I tried to walk down here with him, he probably would have fallen off and died. Brilliant. Are you coming or what? I thought we were walking back to town.
Dobra, jestem
What
gotowy.
the hell are you
What the
doing?
hell are you doing? Guys, settle down. Thank you. Oh god. This is out of control. Hype train, I've never seen such a thing.
What the hell are you doing?
This is too much. Oh god, Dan's Queen got one? I didn't even know you're here.
What the
Hello,
hell
Dans.
are you doing?
Yeah, don't be baited by that, trust me. Well, welcome everybody. I guess we're all a family now. Because you paid for the privilege.
Wspominałeś o bestii. Jak wyglądała?
była
Oh, she did.
koszmarna. Nigdy czegoś podobnego na oczy nie widziałem. Była tam, koło tych drzew.
She hasn't shown up in weeks. I don't know how she was on the queue to get one.
Przysyła mnie Folkart. Mówił, że poszedłeś po jakieś zapasy.
Większość z nich wymyła woda i pewnie już dawno dotarły do morza. Ale na łodzi powinna być jakaś butelka wina i ryby. Tylko nie każ mi po
What
niej.
the hell are
Holy
you
smokes!
doing?
Mam już serdecznie dość przygód na dzisiaj.
Trzymaj się blisko.
Proszę,
Oh God.
spieszmy się. Nie wytrzymam
What the
trwania
hell are you
ani dłużej.
doing?
It's so loud. God, I need to turn those emotes down. Holy shit, thank you. The hype is real. Anyway, I found this man's wine in
What
his
the
boat.
hell are you doing?
Oh god, that's gonna hurt. It's the beast. Does this guy engage or does he run away?
What the hell are you doing?
See, he engages. He doesn't change and like run in fear like I thought they would. Well,
What
there's
the
your beast.
hell are you doing?
Trzymaj się blisko.
Proszę.
Well, I don't think there's anybody left to give subs to, so thank you. See, why are there just like wolves everywhere now? Holy smokes. 13 subs. I've never had so many at once. Yeah, that's all I think it was. It wasn't, it was a scripted event. It would be nice if they did what Gothic 1 did, where they would run away, but I guess I had too many problems with that, because I remember... who was the dude in the shack? In the swamp?
Dzięki. Jestem twoim
Janky. Hello, Missile Gun. Oh no, Missile Gun missed out, it looks like. Yeah, who's the guy in the shack in the swamp who you could get as a follower, and he would just run away from everything? I remember I would never take him along, because he would immediately run into the swamp and get eaten by swamp sharks, because he wouldn't fight any of them. Oh yeah, I talked to this guy about Rolf. Yeah, no more. Trust me, Twitch is getting most of that money.
Rolf jest już bezpieczny.
Dziękuję. Kamień mi spadł z serca. Były jakieś problemy?
Parę wilków, ale jakoś sobie z nimi poradziliśmy.
Wilki? Tak blisko murów wioski? Trzeba będzie zawiadomić myśliwych. Te zwierzęta to nie przelewki.
Udało mi się odzyskać część zapasów z łodzi rybackiej.
Dobra robota. Nie sądziłem, że cokolwiek przetrwało te burze. Weź te parę monet. Przynajmniej tyle mogę ci dać za twoją fatygę.
Dzięki, przydadzą się.
To ja dziękuję w imieniu
So I'm
swoim
noticing,
i
like,
Rolfa. A teraz
weird
wybacz, ale muszę wracać
XP
do pracy.
numbers for completing these quests and like is hitting certain dialogue options. It makes me wonder if I downplay like things, do I get more XP? I don't understand.
Swoją drogą Rolf wspominał, że widział jakąś bestię.
Od pewnego czasu wśród mieszkańców chodzą plotki o leśnej bestii terroryzującej okolice.
Bestie.
Mówią, że przemyka z krajem lasu, wypatrując wieśniaków wracających z pól i miejsc połowów. Niewielu ją widziało, a jeszcze mniej przeżyło z nią spotkanie. Jeśli Rolf faktycznie ją widział, to miał sporo szczęścia,
I
że
notice-
wyszedł z tego cało.
The dude by the city was looking for a beast of some kind. It was in a completely different area. Missile gun, I would say no. I mean, yes and no, but I can't say for sure. Because all that we saw in the trailer was superficial. It was, they got the layout of the mine right, they had the atmosphere generally right, but there was no sign of gameplay, no real sign of plot. Like, it was definitely a, hello fans, we know you're gonna like this. Yeah, I have no... That has not changed my opinion at all. I am still in doubts. What am I doing? We could do this quest, I suppose. I don't know, man, because I'm, like, I am of two minds. Oh, you want to talk again?
Jesteśmy na miejscu. Jeśli
Oh.
będziesz potrzebował wyruszyć w dalszą podróż, to w tym miejscu możesz spotkać
What?
mnie
How'd this happen?
któregoś z moich kolegów.
I don't understand. How'd the hype train, like, accumulate even more? Was it just delayed? Well, thank you, Zapoff and everybody, for going nuts. Yeah, I don't know what to make of any of it because there's really nothing to go by. And the fact that they were so completely off base the first time around and then are backpedaling so heavily to try and make it more what people are demanding, I feel like they're just going to completely drop the ball. Honestly, my biggest gripes was everything. There was nothing that escaped my wrathful commentary. So I guess this way is the way. Need to go back. They said to follow the river, but the river looked dangerous. I appreciate that the woods look very dense, and it seems kind of easy to get lost. Oh yeah, there's some banditos up this way. I remember seeing them. I was afraid to engage because there were a lot of them. A setting option? Well, no, because the new combat system was garbage, and if they spend time working on that, then they're not going to get the old combat system to work very well. Well, you can't split development time and get equal results. These guys seem dangerous. How dangerous are you? Not actually that much. What is he? What's this little squatty walk? What is he doing? I don't understand. Why has he got such a squatty walk? What the hell was that? I don't understand what he's doing. Why is he squatting like that? This guy's squatting too. What is he doing? That's a weird animation. What? What is this animation? It's awful. These animations are terrible. They're so slow. It's like Dragon Age Origins. Who came up with it? That's awful. That's so weird. Is that because they were using the knife? Is that what the knife animations look like? Not mine. Oh, that's drunk fighting? That's stupid. The game didn't need that. That's kind of silly. I mean, they already have that. Just give them the basic combat animations, the untrained combat animations. The game already has that built in, man. No need for that. What is this? Really? A book that teaches pickpocketing? Are we just reading Oliver Twist? I don't even remember that play. I saw it when I was like 6 years old. Oh, it still takes learning points, whatever. Learn Sneak. I already knew Sneak. For some reason I learned Sneak, what's the button? Yeah. Why is the crouch animation so much slower? But I learned Sneak just from, learning how to skin animals for some reason. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, because they already have the untrained, combat animations that you didn't need that. You didn't need to make them look worse. Because that also, if they had that animation, then you knew that they had low chance at critical hits. So you knew that they're a crappy fighter, and it tended to come with them doing the wild, crazy charging swings. The first guy, because I had hit him with the ice arrow, I thought maybe they added something that I never noticed where wounded NPCs had like a limp. Howdy, nameless heroine. You got a gift sub while you weren't actually around, so enjoy. Enjoy your sleeper badge and your emotes. Okay, I remember coming through here whilst we were with Rupert. Oh yeah, and apparently you can chop already damaged trees to get some wood. And you get training just by repeatedly doing it. And you know what? It's kind of arbitrary. I wouldn't have missed it if the game didn't have it, but I'm glad that it isn't some stupid minigame, because I've started to realize that on reflection, games that make a minigame out of these little tasks you do to get stuff aren't very fun. Because they just, like, get in the way. Why is this lurker's not behaving? So, like, the fishing and the chopping wood and stuff, what? Mage of condominium? What? What's that word supposed to be? Is this, like, what the HOA uses to pass judgment? Somebody was handing out a load of gift subs. You can thank the PAF for it. And just because you were a recent viewer, you were in the queue to get a gift sub. Yeah, the homeowners, if you're actually condos, you don't take care of your grass. I was gonna say, if your grass is too tall, the homeowners beat your kneecaps. Homeowners Association. So yes, enjoy your broad selection of emotes. I don't remember what I have for the tier 1s. I forget what I was... Oh, that was a crack of thunder. Why was I here again? Yeah, but those aren't minigames. Those are minigames you can participate in for, like, money and, like, quest rewards. But they're not minigames that you have to do every time you want to, like, mine some ore. Or dig up treasure or something. So that's what's annoying. Okay, this is oppressive lightning. Why is it that Gothic 2 mods make lightning crack, like, 10 times more often than it should? I'm not sure how that happened, Nameless Heroine. You don't have the mod badge, so must have been an error. Sorry, but for now, I only have 2 close friends as moderators. The badge appears as soon as you've been made a sub. So unfortunately, Valentine, it looks like you missed out on the hype train. I feel like critical hits are way more damaging. There's a mod? I'm not sure. I assume so. Oh, lurker eggs. Delish. It's like I'm doing minimum damage on most of my hits, but then a critical hit practically one-shots them. Oh, I remember this. Ah! It's kind of gross. I thought we were gonna, like, set it on fire or something. Now I got lurker egg juice on my feet. Yes. You see the percentage under one-handed, two-handed fighting? That is your chance of scoring a critical hit. In which case, basically a critical hit means you do normal damage. Because the standard damage calculation in Gothic 2, you basically do 10% of normal damage. Yeah, apparently all it needs is a good stiff heel. And so lightning strikes there were like perfectly in time with my attacks. Well, this quest is getting a bit lengthy. You improve your crit chance by improving your weapon skill. Like I said, as your skill goes, your skill starts at 10, which means 10% of your hits, or you have a 10% chance of critical hits. What is that blue lurker? And when you get it to 100, that means every hit is a critical hit. I forget who gave it to us. Somebody just said they didn't want lurkers. Carden, one of the hunters patrolling the area around Silbach. Wanted to reduce the lurker population. Genocide, is it? We'll be looking for underwater loot. I always found it funny, Sacred Shock, how you find so many corpses and skeletons with healing potions on them. It's like, did they not try to use it? Fish. I just kind of wish that instead of making me click 7 or 8 times to get everything, like, same thing with mining gold in Gothic 2 Night of the Raven. Or, like, just do a dice roll to tell me how many loots I get. These might be extra dangerous. Sea lurker. He's got silly eyebrows. Yeah, just do a calculation to tell me how much loot I get. And don't make me click 100 times. These seem formidable. Kind of want my back to the wall. Actually makes it easier to fight. Unless something like that happens where he just doesn't attack. I shouldn't go to a curved wall, I guess. Or a sloped wall. Alright, you're fucking with me here. God damn it! Well, sea and ocean are similar enough, I guess. We'll leave them lurkers be. I like that it's not just a palette swap. They've actually added some details, but I guess I have a bit of a, like, conniption about the fact that they're adding creatures and enemies to something that's supposed to be a prequel. And they obviously don't show up in what are ostensibly supposed to take place later. But this being a completely different island, I guess gets away with it. Not like, when Valea had weird alternative scavengers and stuff. I assume there's at least one more nest. The classic rule of 3. I'm trying to determine how much of this map is actually, like, accessible landscape. It feels like they're kind of doing the Risen 2 thing where they, like, artificially make the islands look bigger. Because, like, half of it actually isn't accessible. Also, I've been stung by one of these and they didn't poison me the way the alchemist said they would. They do sting hard, though. Well, there's no more lurkers. Oh, there's one. You got egg. No eggs. Where are the rest of them? Oh, seaside, cliffs by where we started. Munch. I don't know how any of these lurkers were a threat to the village. So far away. Bugawk. Keep attacking! Oh my god, why does that happen? Yeah, I think I've made an error in the fact that I've bound the inventory button and one of the alternative swings to the same side mouse button. Which wasn't a problem when I was playing Gothic 2, but it seems to be more of a problem in this. Where are these lurkers at? Wonder if they add back the sea monster that eats you if you swim out too far. I remember someone saying that when they played, there were a lot more occasions that would just straight up kill you if you broke some undefined rules. There's a Leica. Again, like, how are these any threat to the village? Oh god, I'm stuck in an animation. There's a lurk-ass lurker. Okay. Can't get away with that. Blah. Come at me, fool! Smash your legs. Okay. Really? No one's gonna hurt me. Could blast him with this. 65 damage versus 40. Well, I don't think that's good enough. Not enough to be worth wasting, especially if it's an AoE. Start by softening them up. Cool. Somehow this like sound library that they used for these remixes gives this somewhat of a Morrowind vibe too. Well, that barely did nothing. Yeah, this is the routine. When I have my back to a wall, I can just do this, abuse the iframes, and get him stuck in a very rhythmic loop. And I don't hit twice when fighting lurkers generally because they won't flinch if they're already in a flinch animation, which means they tend to recover before I can recover from the second swing. That's my strategy. Nothing doing. I thought this dude was supposed to pick up his daughter, and he's left her body here. That seems to be an oversight. What's over here? An abandoned campsite. A squawk. Wow, Gothic, what? What up, Trojan? What's the question? I don't understand. Hello. Oh, back to town then. Why is there so many different sources of water? No, this is holy shit! That scared the fuck out of me. I need to turn that one down. We're playing a mod. Chronicles of Myrtana, which I said I would get to, but it came out when I was finishing up the walkthrough, and I didn't want to play it right away. It's not your fault. I forgot how loud I made that. Man, this walking is a drag, ain't it? It will be, as long as the game doesn't get too annoying. There's a chance it might, and I know it's supposed to be very long. The problem is, with mods like this, long tends to translate to bloated. Ah! That also scared me a little bit. I think I did. This one? Ring of Farce? Right, who was offended by the lurkers? I don't remember. Cardan? Why are you still here, buddy?
Co za...
To dobre pytanie. Nie udało mi się zadbać o jej życie, więc teraz przypilnuję chociaż...
Będę musiał znaleźć sobie jakieś... Chętnie wróciłbym do handlu.
Oh, I thought this was generic dialogue. That's why I was skipping it. Sorry.
Może mógłbym ci pomóc wrócić do dawnego fachu?
Gdybyś usłyszał o jakiejś okazji, to daj mi znać.
Trzymasz...
Odkąd załatwiłeś...
Your daughter's still on the beach, though. You didn't do anything. I don't understand why he's just standing here for his entire life, just staring at the sword now. I don't understand. There must be a bug where he's not supposed to keep doing that. Where's this Cardan fellow? I think he was the one over here. He's playing the Ishtar theme now, isn't he? Sure is. There was, and he's supposed to have gone through that, but for some reason his daughter's body is still there, and he's stuck there staring at a sword. So I don't think that the flags for them to move to new positions has actually happened. It's a bug, who's surprised? They're adding more scripts to this game than the engine can really handle. Yeah, we did all that. And he's acting like it's been taken care of. But it's not. Because of glitch.
Topielce nie powinny już zagrażać mieszkańcom.
Udało ci się wybić wszystkie bestie?
Topielce uwiły sobie parę gniazd na wybrzeżu. Wszystkie jaja zniszczyłem.
Co mogę powiedzieć więcej? Dobra robota. Wyświadczyłeś nam wszystkim ogromną przysługę. W nagrodę weź tę garść ziół. Zebrałem je podczas ostatniego patrolu. Może ci się do czegoś przydadzą.
Yeah, good call, Nameless Heroine. It's like dealing with a militia, but the militia are still alive. So I noticed these guys, who pay for stuff like this, have a high limit on how many they're gonna take, and when you exceed that, they'll give the rest back to you, and then it won't be allowed anymore. So it's not a fan dub, it's from the developers, and they actually hired, like, paid for voice actors. And they even got the guy who did the Polish dub of Zardas to redo the intro, which is interesting. Okay, so we know pickpocketing, and I honestly kind of regret that, because I'm probably going to click one of those by accident. Yeah, so we're pretty good on cash now. What's the most amount of money I've had since we started? All this hunting business is good. You sick fuck. Let's see if I can get some more training and maybe wield a better weapon. One thing I noticed, the mud turtle enemies are the most annoying enemy in the game. Because they don't get stunned at all. And I was wondering if perhaps they only get stunned you hit them with a blunt weapon. It might be like an implied weakness since they have the hard shell and everything. Hey. Paulus. Would be simple. I don't remember what the attribute requirements are for each of these settings. I don't think I can do anything besides very easy right now, or child's play. What? Oh, he must have said that he can't teach me anymore. Because I've reached 30. You are very suspiciously looking around in this den of sheep.
Hey.
What are you selling? You're selling recipes? Screw it. Recipes are cheap. I'm not... I know people really had a gripe with Risen 2 and 3 for converting all food items into a single generic provisions. But inversely, I hate it when there's way too many different recipes. If the recipes had more of like a buff, effect rather than just different values of hit point restore.
Rozumiem.
But I know that the first time you eat one, you get a smaller bonus. Okay, so these are starting to get more expensive in LP costs, but he charges the same amount of money. Get a bit more strength. That puts me at 48. Let's get to 50. And see if there's a better weapon. It's been remixed, Baron. I don't understand. Why? Did it bug out? Yes, it's literally stone. We established this in the first
Hej, ty.
stream, unless you're referencing that.
Sam pracujesz
I haven't really
w tej
talked to these
kuźni?
guys much, actually.
Od paru lat pomaga mi Stone, mój czeladnik. Chłopak jest bystry i szybko się uczy, ale przed nim jeszcze sporo pracy. Ja jestem tu po to, żeby wyszedł na ludzi. Tak jak
Oh,
ojciec.
you have a playback problem.
Czas na mnie.
So Twitch has this annoying thing that it does where if the stream buffers at all, it tries to fast forward it periodically to catch back up, which causes the music to get really distorted. And the way to fix that is to pause and restart the stream. Don't refresh, because it'll probably buffer again and just keep making the problem happen. But hit the pause button, then hit the play button, and it'll catch you back up rather than trying to fast forward it.
Hej, ty.
Nie ma
The problem is every time it buffers, it's going to do that again.
Tak z ciekawości, skąd pozyskujesz materiały do pracy? Wypalasz je w piecu, czy skądś sprowadzasz?
To zależy, o jakich materiałach mówisz. Węgiel skupuję od Helmuda na wschodzie wyspy. Powstałą z niego surówkę...
Pig iron, you should be using that.
Jednorazowo w dymarkach.
That makes terrible swords,
Widzę, że
unless you
masz
fold it
jakieś
1,000
pojęcie
times.
o robieniu w kuźni.
Kiedyś pomagałem ojcu przy pracy, ale to stare dzieje. Wiele zdążyłem już zapomnieć.
Kowalstwo to sztuka, której się nie zapomina. Podobnie jak cięcie drewna czy oprawianie zwierzyny. Masz wokół ten sam błysk, który kiedyś widziałem u mojego...
I don't think you have time for apprentices, don't you?
Co?
Coraz...
Może...
Tak.
Alright, so how does blacksmithing work? So there's one rank of beginner. I wonder if it's going to be like Gothic 3 blueprint based or Gothic 2 where you have to learn every single sword you want to make.
Oka.
Alright, so that's a dex weapon. And it looks like I cannot actually get any new weapons. At least I punch a little harder. I keep this bonk stick. It's kind of shit, actually. Actually, it requires... Well, it has armor piercing, but it requires more strength than it does damage. A nice little visual glitch. I need this for chopping trees. Uh-oh, bulging
Czas
fish.
na mnie. Nic tu nie ma. Nic tu nie ma.
Well, they said it swallowed something very big, but there's nothing in it. BPS? Beats per minute? Blueprints. Okay, so it's basically like Gothic 3 did it.
Kim jesteś?
Nazywam się Stone i pracuję tu pod okiem mojego mistrza, Torstena. Jak widzisz, mam pełne ręce roboty.
Wonder if this guy is the same voice actor for Stone in Polish.
Jest wyjście.
Mógł...
Idź do miasta, jeśli szukasz Jeśli do jutra nie skończę tych gwoździ, Torsten będzie...
Maybe you shouldn't be standing here smoking.
Co słychać?
Torsten to tylko...
Or munching on what looks like raw meat. What a weird stance he has. Just one jutting out knee.
Hej, ty.
Ah, he's in the forge. Should I learn it? Do you have blueprints? The thing is, I guess these are valuable because you can sell the weapons. But I've always found the crafting systems a bit they almost feel worthless to me because you would only make each weapon once if you just want to equip it. Other than that, you're just going to be selling them. I guess it made more sense in, like, MMOs where you'd actually, you know, sell the stuff you're making to other players. So you would have a market for it. Fine short schwert. These are all tier 1s, it looks like. I'm guessing red and blue just indicate that it's a two-handed weapon. Large knife. Grossmesser. What up, Loco? I don't think I've seen you here in a long time. How's you doing? That's a dex weapon. None of these are better than what I'm using. Except for this. But I didn't need this much strength to use it. I also don't know what it requires as far as materials. Only worth 10, so let's read it. Unless I can't read it. Nope. See, I wish I knew what it already required.
Hej,
Whatever.
znałeś
Let's try it.
podstaw kowalstwa.
Najważniejsze w tym fachu są materiały. Z fatalnej stali nie zrobisz nawet przyzwoitej broni.
Well, you've been saying you've been using pig iron.
Swoich surowców. Kiedy je sobie zorganizujesz, rozgrzej materiał nad kuźnią, a potem wyrób go na kowadle. Stworzenie dobrego sprzętu wymaga czasu i cierpliwości. Nie spiesz się.
Czas na mnie. Rozumiem.
Iron nuggets, lurker claw, lurker skin. God damn it, can't get any of those.
Nie ma takiej rzeczy.
I suppose you have those materials. Yeah, the iron. Don't know how to take skins and claws. I wish I did. I would have gotten some. I suppose since we're killing enough of them, we might as well go learn those skills from the hunter. I don't remember what he's charging for the education.
You know what? I've been doing some thinking. You're an asshole!
Well, fuck you too.
Hej, ty,
Sir? Teach me your ways.
ucz mnie.
W takim
Oh. What? It's the other guy. God damn it. I don't understand why this hunter can't tell me how to get hunting trophies. Splish. Wait, what? It is? Am I confused? Oh my god! Why are these so loud? This game's so quiet that I turned the volume up. I balanced all this audio for when I was playing action games. And now this game's too atmospheric. It's scaring the shit out of me. Oh, here it is.
cóż,
Wow, that's expensive! You also don't teach claws. Why don't you teach claws?
Jak ściągać skóry z gadów?
niektóre aspekty zdzierania skóry gadów Są łatwiejsze, a inne trudniejsze niż w przypadku reszty zwierząt. Trudniej jest się przebić przez te łuski, dlatego celuj pomiędzy nie, tam, gdzie są miękkie. Zrób nacięcie i zacznij zdzierać skórę. Na tym etapie robi się łatwiej, bo takie skóry są wytrzymałe i nie musisz być delikatny. Ale za to musisz włożyć w to dużo siły.
Man, why can't one hunter have all the hunting? One thing I was gonna say whenever the hell I get around to an Elex 2 review is that I appreciate that the teachers don't teach all the skills in like one category, but teach ones that are relevant to like their profession. So like the hunters will teach like animal trophies, some simple survival skills, and basic like ranged weapon skills. Makes a lot of sense. So that's an idea I appreciate, because I think in Elex 1 they were just, this is a melee weapon trainer, or like this is a combat trainer, so he teaches all combat skills, even like ones that he really shouldn't. Like berserkers can teach you skills that apply to guns. See, this guy just teaches archery.
Trochę tak.
Whatever. Oh, he does. Klaus, this is also expensive. What's up with you guys? This is extortion. So I need more money. And I'm mad because I just killed like 24 lurkers and should have had this before. Well, farts. Guess I gotta make some money. Fuck the Vite. Not in here. Yeah, that's one of the biggest gripes that I have with a lot of these games, in particular Elex 2. Elex 2 was so imbalanced because I was never like hurting for cash. But yeah, this mod seems to be handling it pretty well, so that I actually need to like make an effort to get money. I don't know where this dude went. So I'll wait until daytime. But one of the things that they could easily do, because I remember the same thing was like omnipresent in oh, someone's puking. The same thing was like true in Morrowind, for the very simple reason that they had limited, like merchants had a limited amount of cash that they could spend on buying stuff, but you could cheese that by just, you know, waiting a day. So games need to do a better job of like balancing how much merchants can buy from you. And I also would prefer that they either don't buy or pay a lot less for products that aren't like a staple of their shop. It's like a general trader kind of buys everything but at a much lower price. And a weapons merchant doesn't really give a shit about like vendor trash and won't buy it from you. That was also true of Morrowind.
Nie potrzebujesz wspólnika?
Do handlu w tej wiosce? Nie jest to rynek wymagający współpracy kilku ludzi. Sam chcę się stąd wynieść i przenieść gdzie indziej.
Interesy nie idą dobrze?
Handel tutaj jest dość skromny. Nie dorobię się fortuny na handlu patelniami i pietruszką.
Może Ezekiel mógłby cię tutaj zastąpić?
Kiedy już się stąd zawinę, niech robi co zechce. Mało tego, za drobną opłatę odstąpię mu nawet swoje kontakty.
There's another,
Oczywiście
like,
najpierw musicie wszystko
Wild
uzgodnić
Goose
z
Chase kind of
Albenem.
quest.
To on decyduje, kto tutaj może handlować, a kto nie.
We're gonna have to find this guy somewhere else to go.
Ile chcesz za swoje kontakty?
Nie jest to wygórowana cena.
That's a lot.
To trochę dużo.
Dzięki tym kontaktom można zarobić zdecydowanie więcej.
I'm not the one making the money.
Potraktujcie to jako... Gdybyś się namyślił... Miło...
I don't know if I can sell you, really. I got skins. I think the fella... Oh no, that guy stopped buying mole rat skins because I think I sold him enough. Yeah, but you still were at the mercy of how their max inventory or max amount of cash worked. But like unless you had like 100% mercantile and 100% personality, you couldn't buy stuff and sell it back for more than you bought it for.
Hej, ty.
But yeah, that would let you give them more money, increase it, but I think that would let you sell like the super high value items. Because there were so many items in that game that were worth way more than a merchant had in their spending money. Yeah, so we don't take the mole rat skins anymore. I mean, you'll still buy them, but I gotta sell them the old-fashioned way. Yeah, well, that didn't get me very far. Shoot. I shouldn't skip that Riordian bit, but I kind of don't feel like doing it. Not yet, anyway. We go back to the charcoal burners. Maybe we can kill a snapper or two now? Really? He's the guy I bought this armor from. Actually, let's see. Maybe Ezekiel actually, like, has the money. And we can move that along. I ain't paying 450 gold. Just for this guy to earn a fortune. Unless he wants to make a business partnership where I can be a silent partner who doesn't actually participate in anything but gets 10% of the cuts.
Chciałbyś zastąpić handlarza Wejta w wiosce?
Chętnie. Mógłbym zostać blisko grobu córki i mieć na niego oko.
Listen, man, you gotta move on someday.
Wejt mógłby odsprzedać ci kontakty do swoich dostawców.
Cholera, niestety nie mam żadnych pieniędzy.
Man, how did you expect to found an enterprise without any kind of capital? Oh. Maybe? I don't know. I haven't really gone through all his dialogue, I don't think. Oh yeah, this I've been ignoring, because everyone was giving me quests when I got here, so I started ignoring them.
No właściwie to tak. Jak to każdego wieczoru popijałem sobie wino w karczmie. Kiedy byłem już kompletnie pijany, zagadał do mnie farmer i zaproponował zakład. Kto wypije więcej i utrzyma się na nogach. Nie miałem już przy sobie złota, bo wszystko wydałem na wino, więc